This video's been inspired by this amazing saying that I saw, which is you cannot heal in the environment you got sick in. And you don't have to be at death's door and kind of like crying in the corner to feel sick. It can often, more often for a lot of us, feel like a very almost like a gentle underlying numb ache. That's still not okay. You're here to have a vibrant life. You're here to get really greedy about how happy you want to be in all the ways that you possibly can be. Don't rob yourself of that experience. Make sure that your mental health, your spiritual health, your vibrancy is as vital as it can be, because that's what you're here for. You're here to have a big, full up life. Hi, it's Lucy Sheridan, the comparison coach here. I hope you're subscribed and you're getting my videos every Sunday and Wednesday. If you're not, it's never too late. So come on, hit me up on that subscribe button. I want us to go a bit deep today. I know you've come to expect a lot of inspiration and a lot of good feel good stuff from my channel, and that isn't going to change. But because of that as well, I know you know that I'm not afraid to get into the feelings and depths of emotions of life and what it is to live life. And I want to talk today a little bit about how we can, when we are trying to make positive changes for ourselves, how we can create the conditions for even more goodness can come our way. And something that I saw recently while I was online was a really great quote, and it said, "We cannot heal in the environment that we get sick in." And that really stopped me in my tracks. We cannot heal in the environment in which we get sick in. And it's interesting this, if we apply this to our lives, and I'm not just talking about kind of our physical wellness, I'm talking about our mental wellness, our emotional well-being, our feelings of self, how strong our spirit feels as well. How easy it is for us just to think that we'll just get better and that we don't actually have to change anything, when actually it's the complete opposite. So for example, if you've struggled in your friendships and you're wanting to make improvements, it might be that actually your current gang of pals are not the ones that are going to be able to provide those rich friendships for you, because if you've had negative experiences there, you're not exactly going to get the healing ones or the positive ones there as well. Same goes for example, work. In our work, it can be that there are some times in our careers that work really stresses us out. Now sometimes that calms down, but often we kind of get used to it. We get a really high tolerance for stress and it can run us down. I'm sure that you'll know people, maybe you are someone that's had to be signed off work or take some mental health days because you've been so very stressed out by the work that you're doing. And yet, how can we get better when we know that work and the demands that are made of us are not going to change there? I, for one, will speak for myself. I've had to move on from jobs in the past because I'd become in such an anxious state and I'd lost myself so much because of the culture of fear and the politics of the places, that there was absolutely no way that I was going to get back to myself and just get better and get more confident again by staying there. So for a number of different reasons, but that being one of them, I chose to leave a number of organisations in my career, just a couple of times, but it was significant and needed. And it was when I was able to get out of those places and get out of those environments that have made me so sick that I was able to really heal and really grow and really repair and restore my sense of self. My ambition came back, my confidence came back, my meanness came back, because I took myself out of the environment that I got sick in. Now, this might be making you consider things like your relationships, your work life, your actual physical health, your relationships with yourself when it comes to your wellness and your health too. It applies to all sorts of things. You know, for example, maybe you have always had, maybe even until the last few years ago, you really had like a lust for travel and for adventure. And yet, because of where you're living or the people you're hanging out with, that seems to have gone. And as part of that, you're just feeling like you're not all there. Well, what can you do to get into an environment that does inspire you and does stimulate that lust for adventure and get that part of yourself back? It might be you end up taking a few trips on your own, or it might be you find some really cool groups online where people that kind of share your passion for travel as well. But do what you've got to do to change your environment so that you can get back to those parts of yourselves which you're missing so much. So again, this video has been inspired by this amazing saying that I saw, which is you cannot heal in the environment you got sick in. And you don't have to be at death's door and kind of like crying in the corner to feel sick. It can often, more often for a lot of us, feel like a very almost like a gentle underlying numb ache. That's still not okay. You're here to have a vibrant life. You're here to get really greedy about how happy you want to be in all the ways that you possibly can be. Don't rob yourself of that experience. Make sure that your mental health, your spiritual health, your vibrancy is as vital as it can be, because that's what you're here for. You're here to have a big, full up life. So let's look around us and look at the people, places and things that might be contributing to us not living the life that we were here to do, and not letting us be the people that we're here to be. Our awareness is everything around this. How can we change our environment so we can regain all our power, whether that's people, places or things. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope this has given you some food for thought. I know I'm taking you to a depth that maybe some of my videos haven't yet taken us to, but you can expect more of this from me as we go on. Don't forget as well to hang around this channel and have a good old binge. And please leave me a few hearts and comments as well, because Ro loves to read them with me, don't you? Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.